It was 6:32 p.m. The rain hadn't stopped all day. He was halfway through his microwave dinner. When the knock came, 3 soft taps, hesitant, almost scared. He opened the door. And for a full 5 seconds, his heart didn't beat. There she was, wearing the same necklace he buried with her 10 years ago. Tom Whitaker was not a man easily shaken. He'd worked 30 years at the docks, lost a wife to cancer, and a daughter to something he couldn't name, something that had no obituary. No diagnosis, just a vanishing. Grief turned him into stone, predictable, quiet, the kind of man who could eat the same meal 4 nights in a row and never complain. But when he opened that door, that stone cracked. She didn't speak at first. Neither did he. She was older, maybe 24 now, tall, thin, not frail, strong in a way that scared him. Her eyes had changed. No longer the soft brown pools he once tickled just to hear her laugh. Now they were guarded, sharp, like someone who'd learned the world doesn't care if you make it home. Her lips trembled. "Hi, Dad," the word stung and healed, and broke something all at once. He stepped back slowly, his fingers tightening around the doorknob. The last time he heard that word, it came in a voicemail. One he'd played 147 times until the phone died in his palm. "Ellie?" he whispered. And for the first time in 10 years, his daughter nodded. They sat in silence. She didn't ask to come in. She just did, like she belonged. And somehow she still did. The same living room, same cracked lamp, same silence stretching between them like a canyon neither could leap. Tom's hand trembled slightly as he set down a second mug of coffee black, no sugar. That was how she used to like it when she was trying to prove she wasn't a kid anymore. Back when she still let him into her world. "I thought you were—" He couldn't finish it. "I know," she said. "So did I?" The words hit him like an echo inside a cave. She wasn't just lost. She was gone, buried, or so he thought. Tom had signed police reports, stared at photos, held press conferences with a face that felt like someone else's, but no one came forward, no body, no answers. Just time? And time is cruel when all it gives you is silence. But now the silence was sitting on his couch, hands tucked in a tattered coat, eyes darting like she hadn't sat still in years. "Where were you?" he asked, voice low. She looked away. "Not where you'd want your daughter to be." She pulled something out of her coat. A photo. Tom leaned forward, squinting. It was old, creased, smudged, but it was them. Her and him at the pier. 4th of July, the last photo they took before she vanished. "I kept this," she said, "even when I didn't want to." He didn't ask what she meant. He was too afraid to know, but Ellie kept going. "I ran away. I thought it would be 1 night, maybe 2. I was mad. I was stupid. I didn't know what I was doing. But then, someone found me." Her fingers tightened on the photo. "He wasn't nice." Tom felt the air leave the room. "He didn't let me go. Not really. Even when I did leave, I wasn't free." The rage inside Tom was quiet, controlled, but his eyes burned. "I would have moved heaven, earth, hell to find you," he said. "I know," she replied. "That's why I couldn't let you." The coffee grew cold between them. Tom studied her. The way she held herself, the small wince when she shifted her weight. "The necklace, that necklace, I buried that with you," he said. "I dug it back up," she whispered. Tom's head jerked. "I went to my own grave, the one you made. The one with the fake date and the fake flowers. I needed to see it." "To see if you still came," his voice cracked. "Every year," she nodded. "I know, I saw the fresh flowers, the folded notes." She reached into her pocket again and pulled out a weathered paper, almost dissolved from rain and time. He recognized the ink, the handwriting. "To my Ellie, wherever you are, I still believe you're alive." She blinked fast. Her voice almost broke. "That's when I started believing it too." Tom stood slowly. "Come with me." Ellie hesitated, but she followed. Down the hall, 3rd door on the left. Still painted lavender, though the color had dulled. He opened it gently. Like a shrine. Everything was the same. The posters, the stuffed dog, the bookshelf with half-read novels and scribbled in margins. She stepped inside like it was a dream. "You never I couldn't. He said, it was the only place you were still real. She touched the desk. A dried flower sat in a glass cup, one she picked when she was 7. Ellie ran her fingers over the carved words on the wood. Dad equals forever. She didn't cry. She just closed her eyes, but Tom did. I had a son, she said quietly. Tom's breath caught. Had? She nodded, tears forming now. He didn't make it. I was alone, on the floor of some motel. No hospital, no birth certificate. Just me. And him for 27 minutes. She looked at him. He had your eyes. Tom sat. There were no words. Only grief, shared, heavy, real. You've been through hell. He said. Ellie nodded. And somehow, he added, you found the road back here. She wiped her face. I didn't think you'd open the door. He reached for her hand. I never stopped waiting. The sun was coming up now. The sky split open in pinks and gold. Ellie stood by the window, watching the neighborhood wake up. You know, she said, I didn't come back for forgiveness. Tom turned. I came back because I had no more excuses. Not to, he smiled, small, real. The first in years. I'm not asking where you've been, he said. I'm just glad you're here. She looked at him, really looked at him, like a girl seeing her father for the first time in a decade, and she whispered, can I stay? He didn't answer with words, he just pulled her into a hug, the kind that rewrites time, the kind that makes 10 years feel like one long breath you'd finally exhaled. The next morning, she was already in the kitchen. Same flannel pajamas he didn't even remember keeping. She found them folded under the bed. Tom froze at the doorway. He didn't want to break the moment. She was whisking eggs. Figured I owed you at least one breakfast, she said. He laughed, but it cracked halfway through. You used to burn cereal. I still do, she smirked. He stepped inside slowly. Like the house had changed shape overnight, like he wasn't sure if this was a dream, still stretching into daylight. You look good, he said. Ellie tilted her head. You look tired. I've been tired for 10 years. She set 2 plates on the table. No prayer. No words, but it was the first time they'd eaten together since she was 15, and the food wasn't the part that filled him. It took exactly 3 hours for the neighborhood to find out. Mrs. Lundy saw her walking to the mailbox and nearly dropped her. Dog, Tom Whitaker's girl, she gasped. But she died. Ellie said nothing, just nodded politely and walked back inside. Tom met her at the door. You okay? I've lived with stairs before, she said. This time they're just quieter. By evening, the town buzzed. Rumors, whispers. Some thought she was a hoax. Some thought it was a miracle. Some didn't know what to think. But Tom didn't care. She was real, and she was home. That night, she finally told him everything. His name. Where he found her. What he did. What he took. It wasn't easy. Tom listened, fists clenched, jaw locked. She described the motel in Tucson, the man's voice, his lies. His threats. He told me if I tried to leave, he'd come for you. Tom closed his eyes. He said no one wanted me back? Not even you. His voice cracked like glass underfoot. I wanted you every single second. She nodded. I know that now. Tom stood, walked to the cabinet, opened the old filing drawer, pulled out a yellowed folder. Her case file. I kept it all, he said. Every note, every false lead, every lie they told me to stop hoping. She opened the folder slowly. One photograph caught her eye, her 5th grade school picture. Tooth gap. Purple dress, and under it, a handwritten note. Wherever you are, Ellie, I'll never stop being your dad. She didn't speak, didn't cry. She just reached over and held his hand. The next morning, there was a letter in the mailbox addressed to Tom. The handwriting was neat, formal, church. Letterhead. Tom read it twice before calling her in. It's from Pastor Jim. Ellie's back stiffened. He wants to know if you'd come speak at Sunday service, Tom said. Ellie looked confused. About what? About hope, he said. About coming home. She swallowed hard. I'm not good with people. You don't have to be. Just be honest. She looked at the window. I haven't been in a church since I prayed for help in a locked bathroom at 16... and none came. Tom nodded. Maybe this time? You're the answer to someone else's prayer. The church was full. Word spread fast. Some came to confirm it was really her, some came to listen, some just came because it was the most anyone had talked about church in years. Tom sat front row. Ellie stepped up to the podium, nervous. She scanned the crowd. Past classmates, her old piano teacher, people who had lit candles for her. She cleared her throat. "My name is Ellie Whitaker," she said. "You probably thought I was dead?" Not a single cough in the crowd, not a whisper, "I almost was." She paused. "I won't tell you everything, not because I'm ashamed, but because some things ... don't deserve to live in your minds." She continued, "But I will tell you this, love didn't save me. Hope didn't save me, I saved myself, but I never stopped wondering ... if my dad still waited." Her voice cracked. "And he did." Tom wept openly, and the entire church followed. By Monday, the local paper ran the story. Girl returns 10 years after presumed dead father's faith never faltered. The photo showed them holding hands on the church steps. Reporters came. Some national. Tom declined interviews. Ellie said only one sentence to the camera crews. "Survival isn't a miracle, belief is." And with that, they went back inside, back to pancakes, back to creaky floors, back to a home that still smelled like hope. One night, while Tom was outside trimming hedges, Ellie answered the landline. It was a number she didn't recognize, a voice she did. Her hands trembled. Her breath hitched. "You thought I'd forget you?" The voice said. "You think that church speech erased me?" She slammed the phone down. By the time Tom got inside, her face was pale. "Who was it?" She just stared. Tom didn't ask twice. He reached for his keys. "I'm going to Tucson," he said. Ellie grabbed his hand. "So am I." The place was still there, rusted, broken, faded sign. Same room. Number 6. Tom stood outside the door. His jaw clenched. Ellie knocked once. The manager opened. She asked, "Is he still here?" He looked at her. Looked at Tom. Then nodded. "Room 9. They walked down the hall, quietly, deliberately. Tom knocked this time. Loud, hard, final. The man opened the door halfway. Didn't recognize Tom, but he recognized her. "Ellie," he sneered. "Back for more?" Tom punched him so hard he fell back into the sink. The police were already outside. Ellie had tipped them off. She'd come for closure. And justice. 6 months later, the trial began. Tom sat in the front row every day. Ellie testified calmly. She didn't cry. She didn't stutter. She just spoke, and every word landed like a hammer. The man was sentenced to 22 years. No parole. The courtroom stood when it ended. Reporters swarmed, but Ellie didn't speak. She just walked outside, turned her face to the sky, and whispered, "I'm free." 1 year later, Tom was again at the kitchen table. Eggs, coffee, same routine. Another knock at the door. He smiled this time, opened it without hesitation. Ellie stood there, holding a baby. "His name is Jonah," she said. "I adopted him last week." Tom looked down at the little boy. Big eyes, soft hair, wrapped in a blue blanket. "I wanted him to meet his grandpa." Tom blinked. Then crouched down, hands shaking. "Hi, Jonah," he whispered. "I've been waiting for you too." Later that night, Tom tucked Jonah into the old lavender room. Ellie watched from the doorway. "You kept the room all these years," she said. Tom smiled. "I guess I was saving it for someone." She walked in, sat on the edge of the bed. "Thank you," she whispered, "for never giving up." He reached over, squeezed her hand. "You knocked," he said. "That's all I ever needed." And for the first time in over a decade, both father and daughter slept soundly, under the same roof. No shadows. No secrets, just family finally whole again.